Now, Australia is absolutely at the back of the pack in economic terms when compared to other countries around the world. Core inflation in Australia has not dropped since January this year, and it has dropped in every other major advanced country in the world. Our core inflation is stuck. It's not coming down. And again, this government's wrong decisions and wrong priorities have led to that outcome. Our core inflation is also higher than any of those other countries. Higher than any of those other countries. Now, there was a number in the national accounts which will send shivers down the spine of the RBA, and that was a collapse of labour productivity in the last quarter of 0.8%. You simply can't get back to a strong, low inflation economy without strong productivity growth, and it absolutely collapsed in the last quarter. So, as I say, 2 years since Labor, over 2 years since Labor came to power, 2 years of wrong priorities, 2 years of wrong decisions, 2 years of economic mismanagement, 2 years of blame shifting, 2 years of finger pointing, and 2 years of drift. And just this week, we see the Treasurer fighting. I'll say that again. Just this week, we see the Treasurer fighting everybody and everything except his homegrown inflation. He's fighting the Productivity Commission. He's fighting the Reserve Bank. He's fighting his own mentor, Paul Keating. He's fighting the Leader of the Opposition. Today, he's fighting John Howard. He's fighting the laws of economics, but what he's not fighting is this homegrown inflation, this slow economy, which is causing such suffering right across Australia. Now, it's also clear from these numbers that the government is hitting the accelerator at the same time as the Reserve Bank is hitting the brake. And that is how you wreck the engine. That is exactly what's going on right now. Now, he's complaining about the Reserve Bank, but he has far more levers to get us back to a low inflation, strong economy than the Reserve Bank will ever have. They have one lever, which is interest rates. He can use fiscal policy. The government can use energy policy, immigration policy, approvals, and yet they're getting all of those things wrong. There is a better alternative. Going back to basics, making sure that the government lives within its means, that contains its spending growth, that the government focuses on securing our energy supplies, that we make sure that our immigration rate is in line with our housing growth. And in fact, we've seen new numbers here today on immigration telling us that our overall population growth has got to 1.4 million since Labor came to power.